Jack Seeks His Fortune, retold by Miss Footlick's third grade class. Jack lived with his mama and used to live with his two older brothers, Will and Tom, and his dad. His dad died and both his brothers were out of the house to seek their fortune, and his family was very poor. They lived in a small house and basically had nothing. One day Jack woke up and he had an idea that it was time for him to seek his fortune. Then he told his mama what his idea was. His mama agreed to his idea, so she packed him all the food they had into one big sack and 2 t-shirts. And then Jack said bye to his mama and he was off on his journey to go and seek his fortune.
Before Jack left, Mom said, "Look, Jack, go seek your fortune." Mom, what's a fortune?" Mom thinks Jack is joking, so Mom says, "You're joking." Yeah, I'm joking." So then the next day, Jack went on his way. Okay, I probably know it when I see it. "Oh, bush, do you have a fortune?" "Tree, I need a fortune. Do you have it?" "Look, snake, you have a..." "Ow, looks like there's my answer." It looks like Jack sees an old man. He asked him if he knows what a fortune is. He says, "Excuse me, do you know what a fortune is?" Ha 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 ha. The old man laughed so hard that he just started to walk away. Jack sighed.
After 2 days, Jack ran out of food and his 2 shirts were dirty. So Jack said, "I think it's time to get a job." So he saw a farm and there was a farmer. And Jack told the farmer he could work really well. So the farmer told Jack that he could live with the farmer and his wife, and then they would collect his pay until he leaves. Jack said yes.
After Jack got his job, time passed quickly. In his first week, he was working very hard and was laughing and having a lot of fun. And time went so quickly that in a short time, it was a month, then 1 year. Then, one day, he had been there for 7 years. Then Jack decided that he was going to leave because he had to seek his fortune.
Jack told the farmer that he was going to leave because the job was distracting him when he was supposed to seek his fortune. The farmer agreed that Jack could leave, so the farmer gave Jack his pay. Jack realized that since he had been there for so long, he would have a lot of pay. When the farmer brought Jack his pay, it was a huge basket filled with money. There were some dollar bills in there, but it was mostly quarters, dimes, and nickels. He started to move the basket, and when he got to the door, he had to go down the stairs. When it got time for lunch, he finally made it down the steps. And when it finally became sunset, he made it outside. Jack told the farmer that he would stay one more night because he couldn't move the basket of money for much longer. The farmer let him stay, so Jack got settled in bed. All night, Jack was thinking about how he would move the basket of money.
Jack was at the road waiting when a wealthy man came with a horse and wagon. Jack stopped him and said, "Will you trade your horse and wagon for all these coins?" "And I mean all these coins." "Sure," said the man, who knew the money was worth way more than his horse and wagon, and they traded.
Jack had his horse and buggy and was really happy, but it took him a while to realize that this was a bad trade. Jack had to feed the horse and take care of it, but he had no money. Jack saw a man with a cow, and he thought that the cow would be much easier than his horse and buggy because it will just eat grass and he wouldn't have to feed it, and it will give him milk every day, and maybe he can ride it every once in a while. So he went up to the man and he asked if they could trade, and the man knew that Jack's horse and buggy is worth much more than the cow, so he said, "You got yourself a deal," so they traded. After he had started walking, it didn't take long for Jack to realize that he had made another really bad trade. The cow kept running away from him. It didn't give him any milk at all, and when he tried to ride the cow bucked him off and almost broke his arm.
Jack had the cow was walking down the road trying to catch it because it was running everywhere. Then Jack saw a woman with a chicken she was carrying under her arm. Jack thought, great, now I can ask if I can trade my cow for the chicken, and the chicken could feed me eggs. So Jack came up to the woman and said, if you want to trade my cow for your chicken? And the woman said yes, because the cow was worth way more than a chicken.
So now he had a hen. Then he realized he had made a terrible mistake because the hen was too heavy to carry and it didn't give him any eggs. He had made a big mistake.
Jack saw a blacksmith shop. He needed food. Maybe, Jack thought, maybe he'll trade food for the hen. So Jack walked to the blacksmith shop. The hen was so heavy he was limping most of the walk there. Finally, that felt like forever, announced Jack when he got there. Jack walked up the steps to the blacksmith shop. He knocked on the door. Knock, knock. Hello, said the blacksmith. He peered out. Ah, Jack, you have come. Hi, said Jack. Would you be willing to trade this hen for some food? I am very hungry. Jack, I will give you something better than food, said the blacksmith.
Jack made a deal with the blacksmith. The blacksmith said, instead of one meal, you can have meals every day. The blacksmith thought, I drive a hard bargain. The blacksmith said, take these 2 rocks and you'll get meals every day. Jack said, yes, I will take these rocks.
Jack took the 2 rocks that the blacksmith offered him to straighten nails and get money, and the blacksmith taught him how to use it. He said, first put 1 rock on the ground, next put the crooked nail on the rock, then use the other rock and hit the nail until it straightens.
Jack took the rocks from the blacksmith. Jack said, yeah, they're light and I don't need to feed them. He felt happy and walked away.
Jack continued walking with the 2 rocks. He was hot and thirsty. He kept on walking a little farther until he found a well. He placed his 2 rocks on the 2 sides of the well and reached for the bucket.
As Jack reached for the bucket in the well, his elbow knocked the rocks into the wall, and they were gone forever. And then he got a cool drink of water.
Jack thought he was the luckiest man on earth. There was nothing that can stop him, and if he hasn't found his fortune yet, he might still be looking. The end.